Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, comedian Mena, and my guest today is Zhivago Blea, the very funny comic from East LA. We're gonna get to know Zhivago, get to know what made him get into the comedy game, and hear some funny stories sometimes, you know, hopefully.
Sometimes.
So sometimes, I know, hopefully. So Zhivago, what's up, man? How you been, bro?
Good, brother, man. Thank you for inviting me, man. That's cool.
No, thanks for having me.
You knew I was open. You're like,
yeah.
hey, what do you do tomorrow? You know nothing.
Yeah, stoners don't do anything on Saturday.
You got shit to do, man.
Yeah, so I know. How long have I known you now, man? How long you been doing comedy?
I started in 2001.
2001, so we met around 2001. Okay,
Yeah,
so
pretty
about
much.
16 years I've been knowing you, right?
I'd go over to the haha and stuff like that.
So I know you do all the big clubs in LA. You do some traveling. You've been on Comedy Central, Stand Up Revolution. All right. So what made you get into comedy, bro?
You know how you're just funny, being funny, the funny guy in the crowd or whatever. So I ended up, I was at my son's baseball game or something like that with the YMCA, and one of the parents goes, "Oh, this is my friend. He's a comedian." And I was like, you know what? I wrote a joke in 1994 that I had on a matchbook. You know, a matchbook. You don't see those anymore.
You just wrote the joke.
Yeah, I wrote the joke. It was weak. It was about the name Takesha.
Okay.
You know, so it was like.
Well, 94 was...
94, so it was like Takesha, the sh is silent. I got, that's funny. So I wrote it down, and I had that. So I used that when I first started comedy. But it just, somebody said I was funny, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to take a class. I study everything before I get into it.
Oh, okay.
And Greg Dean, I took the Greg Dean class. And...
He was over Orange County, right?
No, Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, okay.
Santa Monica.
Okay.
So I took his class, and, you know, you're all new people, so you're, you know, helping each other out, and... You know, you throw tags out when you try your stuff, and it worked out, you know. And then it's kind of, you know, the whole thing. And at the end, they do a bringer.
What club?
We did the Comedy Store, Belly Room.
Okay.
So it's easy to
Good
fill
club
up.
To do it,
you know what I mean? You know, you got so many comics. You do your 7-8 minutes, and it's like heroin, man.
How did it go your first time on stage?
It was good. It was good because we worked it out in the class. So my set was prepared. Not like now. That time was really good. It was all, you know, scripted and everything, and some stuff I ad-libbed, and it just felt so good and so comfortable. I had to do it again, you know.
Better than my first time. My first time I ad-libbed the whole set. It was 3 minutes at the Laugh Factory open mics. I did it on a dare. I had no idea about writing a joke. I never wrote a joke before in my life. So I just went on stage. You know, I didn't know we were supposed to write jokes. I'm
just funny.
No, I wasn't. Well, my buddy thought I was funny. You know, I was always the funny one in my group.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, I'm not funny to strangers. So he dared me. I'm like, okay, if you dare me, I'll do it. So I didn't want to be a comic, you know, until once I hit the stage, I was like, okay, I got hooked. But I got giggles, you know, and not all the time. I was on stage for 2 minutes and almost 30 seconds. When you get 3 minutes, and to me, I was like, when I got off stage, like, dude, I was up there for like 10 minutes. Everybody started laughing, like, dude, you didn't even do 3 minutes.
I blinked and you were off.
Yeah, you know. So it was that feeling, but I you know, for just going up there and just ad-libbing the whole thing,
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't bad, you know. So it was cool. I got hooked on it though.
Yeah, I'm surprised because had I gotten that response, I wouldn't have done it again.
Oh, okay. So
like I worry about what people think.
Okay.
Even though if you listen to my material, it's kind of out there. You know, you find your audience. So that's
right.
My mentality. Okay, I got to find my audience. I'm not going to, he does this, let me do it, you know. So I want to find my audience, but I always worry about what I'm saying about offending somebody. But then...
Wait, really? You worry about it?
Yeah, so I worry about what people think. I have very low self-esteem, dude. I worry, you know, I need people's...
but some of your jokes are pretty offensive.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
How much worrying can you be doing? That's what I want.
Well, imagine if I didn't worry. Oh man, I'd be awesome. You know what I mean?
All right, so listen, I know. Well, you know, I've known pretty much a lot about you, you know, but we're trying to get our viewers to know about you. So tell us about one of your high points in comedy. Was it Comedy Central or maybe something else? Like, you know, first time performing in a huge audience, you know, maybe the 4th and B, something like that?
It's, okay, I did the 4th and B. That was an experience, you know what I mean? I guess the more you do it, the better, you know. I had fun because I was like 1,100 people, you know. It was awesome. But I did, I guess it was Liam's in Colton.
That was your high point?
I had a standing O. It's a shitty room that nobody wants to do. You know what I mean?
It was Rick Rome, right?
With Rick Rome. And
right.
I got off stage, and then Ace Guillen, he points toward the stage, and I'm like, I didn't forget it. I don't drink. I don't leave anything there. And he's like, no, you're standing O. He's like, what do you have, the self-esteem of a 14-year-old cheerleader?
Oh, he told you that?
Yeah, and I turned around, and I go, no, they're getting up to leave. And he goes, no, that's your standing O. And they're standing clapping, and they sat down. I was like, no shit.
Oh, that's awesome, man. How many people were in there?
Maybe 15.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
You know what I mean? So those rooms, I've had fun at all these big shows or whatever, but it's the smaller rooms that, you know, where they're not there for comedy.
Yeah, because once you get them, you know.
Yes.
You know.
And then you stop and you pause and everybody's quiet and you're like, damn, those guys were playing pool and I was hearing drinks and ice and all that, and all of a sudden everybody's just paying attention. That's the shit right there.
Okay, cool.
You know, an audience that's expecting you already, then it's cool. It's awesome. It makes you feel great, like the Ice House. You know, shit, I should quit my job and do this forever. Yeah. Where's the damn industry?
No, yeah. You know, the 4th and B, for those people who don't know, it's a theater. Was a theater in San Diego on the corner of 4th and B Street. Hence the name 4th and B.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because somebody's all like, oh, is it like on Broadway? I'm like, no, it's on B Street.
Yeah, because I came off the parking lot on 3rd Street, so I didn't realize.
It's the corner of 4th and B Street. And what they used to do is, the money wasn't that great. They paid us, what, I think the headliner got 200.
I got 100.
The feature got like 100 and the opener like 50. But the thing is,
the hotel, remember?
Yeah, the hotel room was at the Fairmount Hotel. It's a 5-star hotel. It's a $450 a night room.
Give me the cash, I'll drive home.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, the reason they didn't get paid that much, because I don't know if you knew this, they comped most of the tickets. They would promote on the radio for free tickets, whatever. But if you didn't get the promotion or like that, you get there, you got to pay like $20 to get in. But they made their money. They were banking on the alcohol sales. Hence the 20-minute intermission. They would open up early, sell as much alcohol as they can, 20 minutes intermission, you know. So, yeah, and it held 1,600 people. But so 1,100 is still good.
I thought it was, no, it was full. I thought it was an 1,100 seater, so it was 16, because it was full all the way to the top.
1,600 people is what it held. So, yeah, that was a big deal. So, it's funny because we'd be there, and then, you know, you do a great set, let's say a Friday night, you know, and then the next day you're at the Wild Coyote getting booed.
Yeah.
You know, by like 40 people.
Trying to get a free soda.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, so that was your high point. We're going to get to know a little bit about your low point in a minute. We're going to take a break, pay some bills. See you guys in a minute.
Bienvenidos a su restaurante peruano favorito, aquí en el Pollo Inc. en la ciudad de Gardina.
Si te apetece deleitarte con una auténtica comida peruana, tienes que visitar el Pollo Inca de Gardina, con sus especialidades de todos los días como son tallarín verde con bistec, papa a la huancaína, pollo a la brasa, lomo saltado, ceviche de pescado y muchos platillos más. Estamos abiertos 7 días a la semana, con un ambiente totalmente familiar. Serás atendido por un personal ampliamente profesional. Recuerda, no dejes de visitar el Pollo Inca de la ciudad de Gardina y prueba el mejor sabor de comida peruana de la región.
Recuerden que aquí los estaremos esperando con un ambiente familiar. Los esperamos.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with my boy Zhivago Blea right here. This is our 3rd episode. You're our 3rd guest, by the way, just so you know,
cool,
man. So we're just getting this ball rolling, man. Trying to
Who
make
were
it
the
going.
first 2?
The first one was Gilbert Esquivel.
Okay.
You know, and then Rodrigo Torres was actually the second one. Yeah.
Nice.
So you're the 3rd, baby. You're the 3rd, man.
Nice.
All right. So we're talking about your high point, stuff like that, which was at Liam's, which is pretty funny because wasn't that Bruce Jingles' lowest point?
Yeah.
Is that where Bruce Jingles got his ass whooped? Is that what it was?
No. That was Peppers.
Oh, that was Peppers. Right?
That was Peppers.
Right.
He some, I guess,
he said
white guy
yeah.
said the N-word and he was offended and.
Yeah. But we're not talking about him. We're talking about you.
Coma.
So what's your low point, bro? What was one of the shows you did where you wish you had a mulligan?
It was with Ernie G.
Just that name, I'm already getting
done.
to figure out
Me
what
too.
it was.
Ernie G. It was a rumba room.
Okay.
Remember that was a hot room?
Yeah, that was a nice room.
And that was when around the time I started,
same
2003,
here.
2004,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because I started in 99, and I used to, like to go hang out there on Monday nights.
It was fun. Yeah, it was. I didn't know about it because nobody, for some reason, didn't share information with me. So I was leaving the Comedy Union, and then Shayla Rivera asked me, "Hey, you coming to the Rumba Room Monday?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I showed up, and then she got there later, and I told Ernie G I was there, introduced myself, and he kind of knew me, but he's big time. So, he just, I just sat there. Shayla showed up late, and she's like, "Did you go up?" I was like, "No." I told him I was here. She was like, "Let me go talk to him." And I was like, I mean, mommy. You know what I mean? She's gonna defend me.
No, but she was really cool.
She was awesome.
Yeah, if she asked
she
you
got
to
me
show
on
up,
stage.
it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Not just so you can show up and meet Ernie.
But then Ernie G gets on stage, and she talked to him. She says, "Hey, this guy's been waiting." He's like, "All right." So he gets on stage, and he's like, "All right, man." And this is when Jeff Garcia was huge.
Yeah.
Bigger than he's big, but bigger than he is now. He was just like, everybody's like, you guys ready for Jeff Garcia? Yeah, all right. Oh, sounded like one of those monster truck things on Sunday and shit. But first, when you come on this stage, you got to bring it. You don't just come off the streets. You got to come up here. I just come off the top of my head, Fidel Conwini. So I just come off the top of my head. I'm that
He
guy,
said that?
Yeah. And then he goes, we got this guy that's been waiting all night, just breaks me down, dude. So I'm broken before I get up there. I told you about my low self-esteem already. Just say, hey, this guy's funny. All right, maybe they'll believe you after my set. So I did okay. I didn't get booed. They were a nice audience, but I just it didn't work. It hurt my feelings.
That's funny because that dude's horrible, man.
He's not nice, man. And I mean he could be, but
Well,
so that was my low point. That, and then the next time I did with Ernie G too. He
Ernie
goes,
G.
I was back there doing my notes, trying to be professional. You know what I mean? At not the Rumba Room, but that other salsa place in Alhambra. You had Ambiente.
Okay, yeah.
So then we're doing that, and I'm back there working on my notes. My brother's there. You know what I mean? So then I hear my name, and I go, did he call me? He's like, no, he was just talking about you. What did he say? He goes, man, Zhivago's back there working. Nobody knows who the fuck Zhivago is now. Not even then. The only guy that knew me was my brother and Ernie. And then he goes up there. He's like, Zhivago's back there working. When I come up there, I just come off the top of my head. I hate that shit.
And he wasn't, because he had the same
If I see you twice,
jokes.
I know you're lying.
Yeah, he had the same friggin' jokes. What you call it? When
He took from Jeff.
Yeah, when I first started, I met him and I met Shayla, and then they would put me up, and then all of a sudden he just stopped putting me up, and I would call him, I would see him in different spots. I don't know if you remember, he always carried his calendar book with him.
No.
He always had some book with him, right? So it was his calendar. So anyways, I'd always see him. I'm, hey man, I want to get back out in the Rumba Room, and I'm not talking about pay spots. I'm talking about just stage time.
Yeah, just to say, I'll bring you up.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, well just call me. I'm like, I've been calling you. You don't answer. He's like, well just call me again, man. Whatever,
Yeah.
And every time I see him, like, oh, I gotta check my calendar. I'm like, well, your calendar's right there. This was at the Casa Latina. He straight out told me Casa Latina. He's like, oh, I don't really feel like opening it up right now. And I looked at him like, for reals, bro? I'm like, all right, man, fine, whatever. So I called.
And it was
him.
an actual calendar.
Yeah, it was a book.
Month. You got December. You got.
Yeah, it's one of the ones you buy at at Staples.
They
and
give
shit.
you for free at the
pharmacy.
pharmacy.
So anyways, we're talking. This is like in a 5 months period where I'm calling him whenever I see him. I'm hitting him up and stuff like that.
And you're persistent.
And yeah, and also because Shayla told me just talk to Ernie. So what you call it? Finally, I called him one time on Saturday. It was a Saturday, maybe like around 11 a.m. I remember that. I know comics, we wake up late, but I had a day job. I don't remember when I started. When you started, I used to work all the time.
Yeah.
So I hit him up, and he answers the phone. He's like, hello. I'm like, hey, Ernie, what's up, man? This is Beny Mena. Wait, who's this? I goes, Beny Mena. He goes, oh, man, you know what? I didn't look at my caller ID. If I knew it was you, I wouldn't have answered.
Nice.
Told me that. And I was like, you know what? F this guy. So I hanged up the phone. I'm really pissed off. So I'm like, that's it. No need for me to bother him. This and that. And that was it. I never bothered him again. And, he burned a lot of bridges with comics, especially after that Freddie Soto thing, which, there's a comic. I don't want to get into it. But
there's that, then the Rudy Moreno thing. So
there's
a bunch of things.
If you don't know who Ernie G is, he's a comic that, I guess if he worked on his craft, he could have done it, because, I mean, he has
all the right
promoter.
connection. I mean, he was on
the news. Yeah, the news show, the Angry Angelino, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can make connections. He's a good marketer guy. He can market his ass off.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of those Latino positive.
Yeah, he can't deliver the product though.
Yeah,
but so anyways,
and then he goes.
So after that whole Marilyn Martinez and then Freddie Soto thing, he took off. He disappeared for a few years. Comes back, and at this point, I'm hosting the Hollywood Laugh Factory. Remember, I used to have it packed out, whatever. So one time I'm in there, right, and this is when Fernando Flores was like kind of helping me out for a little bit. Ernie shows up and goes up to Fernando. Hey, man, this is nice. This is yours. He goes, no, this is Benny's. He goes, oh, okay. And, he knew that, I seen him around. Well,
just came to support.
He still comes up to me and goes, hey, Benny, what's up, man? And I shake his hand. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. He goes, let me give you my phone number. I'm like, why? He goes, so you can book me. And I looked at him. I'm like, why would I want to do that? And he just went, oh, and he just left. And then, and after that.
Then he remembered.
Yeah, then he remembered. And he knew never to ask him again. I've seen him over the years, a bunch of times.
Say hi, you're cordial.
Yeah, I'm cool with him. But, I'll say hi. Yeah, exactly. I'll say hi to him, whatever. But I don't talk business with him. I don't want to work with him. I don't want him to try to work with me.
It's more like, oh, you're here.
Yeah, only because, he was like that much of a dick where I'm like, that's it. I'm cool.
Yeah, he's not.
And I heard he's cool with some people, but he's still burning bridges, man.
We did Flaco's room. Flaco has that room in at Rebel Yao in Covina. So we were doing that, and he posted it, and me and Flaco go back and forth talking shit about each other, whatever. On the post, like he'll be like, "Hey, Zhivago's gonna be here, but come anyway." You know what I mean? So we have fun. Like I saw a lineup with Flaco on it, and I'm like, he was the first one, and then Jose Chavez, and then somebody else, and then Amir K. And then I go, oh, I'm glad they put the pictures according to talent, shit like that. But then he puts, hey, I'll show up tonight to Rebel Yao. Like, oh, damn, here comes D.L. Hughley. Give him a spot. You know what I mean? So he showed up, sat in the audience like everybody else. I doubt he supported the room by buying a drink. But he sat there and enjoyed the show. I mean, when you look around, you see everybody else laughing, and then just him just like, fuck, I should write.
Yeah, because his jokes, come on, they're like dated. Anyways.
Oh man.
Anyways, enough about that guy.
Let's talk shit about somebody else.
No. We're gonna actually take a break, pay some more bills. We'll be back in a minute with Zhivago Blea. What's up? We're back with our guest Zhivago Blea. All right, so we talked about high point, low point. Like when I met you, you had like a buzz cut. You had short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a buzz cut. Yeah, so. Now you got the long hair, the stoner look or Jesus look.
Well, I tried to start off with the hat, and I was like, okay, I'm going to wear a hat with no emblem because I don't follow anybody, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'll wear a hat with no emblem. Then I'd use the USC gear too. And then, but it was that or nothing, you know what I mean? And everybody was doing it. And then I had glasses, and then, Kevin Batman or whatever, Weezar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not Batman. ¿Cómo le dicen?
Yeah, they call him Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Batman. So then Bruce Wayne, they said he looked like me.
Yeah, well,
I was lighter, he was darker.
We took a picture at Ambiente, all three of us, and I borrowed somebody's glasses.
Yeah, so we all looked the same. The hat, the goatee, the everything.
Yeah.
So people would come up to him after him and like, hey, man, you had a good set or whatever. He's like, that wasn't, or are you going up tonight? And it wasn't him. And then one time, he told me, "Hey man, whatever you do, don't be messing with no fat girls and shit. You're gonna mess up our reputation."
That's funny.
But I had that, so I was like, I looked like too many people. It's hard for me to stand out. You know what I mean? Then I got busted. I went and took care of that. And then when I got out, the home life wasn't great. My kids were doing good. But the wife thing wasn't working out. And then, so I just, I had long hair as a kid, and I've always liked long hair. I've always tried to let my hair grow. I'm just gonna let it grow. I let it go. I just trim it once in a while, but I stand out now.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It works, and then I write jokes that not everybody can steal. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
yeah.
of course, stoners. There's a bunch of stoners now, so they tend to borrow those jingles. So then, but I let my hair grow, and I stand out. You know what I mean?
So
of course, you can't find me if you see me from behind. You're like, check out the flat ass. I give it a shot.
So you talked about getting busted. So what happened?
Drugs. Always drugs. Always drugs.
Drugs
all the time. I only got busted for maybe a couple of GTAs.
You let your hair grow when you were in the inside, right?
No, I didn't cut my hair because all the people that were using the same clippers and they wouldn't put oil on them, so you'd hear fuckers screaming and shit. You know what I mean? And nobody there is gonna cut your hair nice.
Right.
I'm gonna do 3 months. I'll let it grow and I'll trim it when I get out. And then,
I thought you let it grow on your inside because
No, I let it grow.
You were somebody's woman. But
no.
Just like
No. You can be a woman with short hair. And then so I did that, and then I got out. I trimmed it, and I had it nice, like that perfect short hair where, like Rob Fukazaki, like 10 years ago and shit. You know what I mean? Just perfect. And then I just started letting it grow, and I said, fuck it. You have to get through that middle stage. It's that middle stage where people go, no, I'm cutting it.
Yeah.
Nah,
because you can't do nothing really.
You gotta commit. You gotta commit.
Yeah, you gotta let it grow. Yeah, because I had long hair when I was younger, and it was that stage where, it sucks. Man.
Yeah, you have to go through it, but man, it works for me. You know what I mean? It just.
All right, so let me see. Tell me some of your road stories. I think we've been on the road a couple of times, haven't we? Nothing major. I think just like up northern Cali, something like that. I'm not sure.
We've been on some shit.
Yeah, because I know. Yeah, I know we're taking the road, but tell me, what's one of your like horror road stories?
I haven't had that many road stories because I haven't been on the road that much. Nobody really takes me anywhere. Yeah.
But now, I mean, you headline now, though, right?
I headline locally, you know, and then if I go like San Diego, I go with Benji Garcia Reyes. He hooks me up a lot. I got Chris Mesa coming up on November. And then for the VFW down there, they love me down there. It's been a bad neighborhood.
Is that with Lil Rob?
Lil Rob, yeah. I'm going with him. Chris Mesa and him work together a lot. And then I've done that VFW before, and they requested me.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
It was nice. It was
fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing that, and then I go up north a lot. But when I ask for spots, I don't get spots.
Really?
You know what I mean? So I don't ask. Like I asked, if I ask, you call me. I never called you, right?
No, you know, I always call you.
You call me, and I appreciate that. Oh, to the fullest, man. You create a lot of work for a lot of comics, and it's appreciated. So I don't ask people because if I call a Sebastian, send me your avails. Send you my fucking avails. Call me and see if I am available.
Me and him go back. We were really tight. When I hit him up too, he's like, yeah, sure.
Send me your avails. Yeah,
I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, right now I'm talking to you, man. You know.
So I don't ask, and it's very rare that I get something from asking. If I ask, I don't get booked. If I don't ask, I get booked.
Well,
that's
look,
weird.
Just from my point of view, you know, that's cool, but it doesn't hurt to ask, man. I always keep on asking. You never know, you know.
I do.
Believe me,
pero me da pena. I
get
embarrassed.
I was getting turned down a lot, you know, but you know.
Yeah.
You asking, hey,
you have to ask, and you have to be persistent. That's why I just wait. And well, the thing is, also I have the comfort of the job. I have the struggle in me. But I struggle more toward learning different shit. Like right now, I'm working on cars. I just did Monique Flores' brakes. I'm gonna do Chepo's, Juan Garcia's oil tomorrow. You know what I mean? Can you check my brakes? Because I don't know, they're not squeaking.
Wait, he doesn't know how to do an oil change?
He doesn't. He moves around a lot, so he doesn't have a lot of. No, he doesn't. He doesn't know lefty loosey.
No,
he's like, well, find another girl.
I used to work on my car all the time. I loved working on my cars. But,
yeah.
You know, but when I
have the tools.
I used to rent the house and have tools, right? When I now have
a garage.
I don't have any of that.
I got the jacks.
I have a mechanic now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I'm making that money. So what I do is I do it for comics.
Okay.
Because I know you're struggling. Because you're not making as much as you'd like to.
Well, tell me
so
about
you come to me, like you say, you have a mechanic que te hace paro, you know, that hooks you up. But for me, it's like I'm putting it out there for comics because Flaco asked, hey, man, can anybody know somebody that can do my starter? And I was like, dude, I'm right here. He's like, really? How much? We're friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring some bud. We'll smoke out, and I'll forget some shit. Just remember there's that many bolts and put them all back.
Oh, that's tight.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't give a fuck because I enjoy doing it. My chick made me. My chick made me start charging people.
Oh, no way. That's
I did
hilarious.
a CV axles for Smokey, and she was like, start charging. I saved him like $400. His sister got an alignment. And then she got new tires.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right, cool,
Because I enjoy it.
Well, speaking of doing it for comics, tell me which comics did it for you, which made you want to, kind of inspire you to do better.
To do better?
Or,
I like Willie.
Well, because I know you did comedy because, you wrote a joke, whatever. But
yeah.
So Willie Barcena?
Willie Barcena, I love his work ethic. He works at comedy like he's new to it.
Yeah.
Like he's an open micer. You know what I mean? Because
every
year he's writing a new
damn
damn hour every year. And it takes, I think I have an hour now after, 15, 16 years.
Oh, wow.
And I have my ad-libs and all my other shit. But, I mean, I don't write as much as I should because I wait for inspiration and that doesn't happen. Because the comedy is from pain.
Yeah.
I don't struggle, dude. My life is fucking awesome.
We're the same way. When I first started, I used to write all the time. I just let her sit down and I literally had different notebooks and I would just write.
And Sadiki Fuller, when they lived together.
Oh, they were writing all the time.
To me, I'd be watching TV. We got cable, bro. Let's smoke one. No, they would smoke and write.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That was me. But now, especially because I host a lot, so I get to improv and I always try new stuff, So I just wait for things to happen to me. It doesn't have to be inspiration. Just anything happens to me in the daytime.
Yeah.
I try to talk about it. And I have the luxury, I guess, since I host, I can, as a host, you can just go up there.
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because you have the same audience. So
and you don't have to be funny, though.
Exactly.
Because,
you're the
point,
MC.
Yeah, the point is to make the comic shine. Although I've hosted many shows where people are like, hey, you're the funniest one.
You should have stood up there.
And then people tell me, hey, do you do comedy? I'm like, what do you think I was doing? What the hell?
Exactly. I only know you as a host.
I'm hosting, but yeah, if I'm doing,
like me, I'm not inside. I'm in the parking lot. I knew you as a week
I got a lot of good friends I've been doing comedy 18 years now. I started in 99, in April of 99, and I have a lot of good friends that that just like in the last couple of years seen me like do a set,
Yeah.
instead of hosting. Like, oh, dude, you like.
Well,
you
that's because you don't do bringers.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
you know.
not burning out your friends. Like, come see me, fucking eat shit.
You know, yeah. But they're like, oh man, you're totally different than when you host. They like when I host, but when I do my set, it's like totally different.
Of course.
So yeah, it's a trip. But as far as like the writing thing, I just let life happen.
Willie, man, just Willie. I went into his hotel room. We did Tommy T's a couple of weekends ago. Awesome place, man.
No,
You've been there.
Yeah, I've been there once. Actually, twice. I've been there twice. And I was just talking about it because I got a friend that hit me up yesterday because Russell Peters is there this weekend.
Yeah.
And so she hit me up if I can put her on a guest list. She's a comic. And,
Okay.
And I'm
Yeah, I
all
hit
right,
up Russell.
Yeah, and Russell. Well, I hit up Eddie, and then but she had already met Russell, so she on the way here she hit me up saying, hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, to get on the guest
You
list
know.
for Russell Peters, everybody's willing to pay. So that's definitely
A hookup.
a hookup.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's not like like, hey man, so and so's gonna be at the Improv. We have free tickets.
And if you don't know who Russell Peters is, Google him, man.
Google it.
One of the biggest comics around.
That's amazing.
So,
yeah.
yeah, man. That's you know what? That's a level that we are kind of aspire to, but that's a level that not
You
that
know
many
what?
people.
I don't aspire to that.
Really?
I do not want this is my goal.
You just want to make a living.
I want to make a living and make people laugh. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be famous enough to have people come to the shows.
Yeah.
So they're not like every time I'm there, they're like, you know what, bro, your numbers are low, but
Yeah,
it was
right,
either
right.
you or so and so. You know what I mean? I want people to come out and see the shows because I enjoy the live performance. I enjoy this makes me nervous.
Right.
This is like, what do I say? What do I do with my hands? Like Ricky Bobby.
Well,
But-
stop touching yourself when your hands are down there.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I'm like, do I reach for my soda? Do I just wait till it goes down? So I love performing. I love the performing part. I love that part. But I get so anxious that I get nervous, and I some people get the nervous shits. I have to pee right before my set, and I know even though they haven't called my name, I'll be standing there and all of a sudden, as I get older, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to start wearing a pad. But I get that nervous pee because I'm afraid, are they gonna like me? Because even I can be the headliner at an open mic, and I'm still worried that they're gonna like.
Well, yeah, you know what?
Them better.
I kind of go through that, but not as bad. But
Yeah, no, I get super nervous, and then if I tell a good joke, I'm like, oh man, I should have saved that for later.
there you go.
I hope the next one's just as good.
Speaking of saving it for later, we're gonna have come back with some more with Zhivago Blea. We'll see you in a little bit.
Bienvenidos a su restaurante peruano favorito, aquí en el Pollo Inc. en la ciudad de Gardina.
Si te apetece deleitarte con una auténtica comida peruana, tienes que visitar el Pollo Inca de Gardina, con sus especialidades de todos los días como son tallarín verde con bistec, papa a la huancaína, pollo a la brasa, lomo saltado, ceviche de pescado y muchos platillos más. Estamos abiertos 7 días a la semana, con un ambiente totalmente familiar. Serás atendido por un personal ampliamente profesional. Recuerda, no dejes de visitar el Pollo Inca de la ciudad de Gardina y prueba el mejor sabor de comida peruana de la región.
Recuerden que aquí los estaremos esperando con un ambiente familiar. Los esperamos. Bienvenidos a su restaurante peruano favorito, aquí en el Pollo Inc. en la ciudad de Gardina.
Si te apetece deleitarte con una auténtica comida peruana, tienes que visitar el Pollo Inca de Gardina, con sus especialidades de todos los días como son tallarín verde con bistec, papa a la huancaína, pollo a la brasa, lomo saltado, ceviche de pescado y muchos platillos más. Estamos abiertos 7 días a la semana, con un ambiente totalmente familiar. Serás atendido por un personal ampliamente profesional. Recuerda, no dejes de visitar el Pollo Inca de la ciudad de Gardina y prueba el mejor sabor de comida peruana de la región.
Recuerden que aquí los estaremos esperando con un ambiente familiar. Los esperamos.
What's up, everybody? We're back to Off Stage with Zhivago Blea. No, I know I've been saying offset.
And I'm the stoner.
And you're the stoner. You're saying, but this is our third episode, right? With the first two, we did like back-to-back weeks, but I think it's been like 2 weeks since we did it.
Okay.
So I was, my mind's like, I got a lot of things going on right now. So it's Off Stage with Zhivago Blea. So we got to know a little bit about your high points, low points.
Yeah.
Writing. You're talking about you don't want to, make it too big. You don't want to be famous. You just want to make enough money.
Yeah, I just want a following that'll get me to, where you can make enough money to survive, because I don't spend a lot of money. You know what I mean? You see me, it's like, hey, that's the guy on the flyer because he's wearing the same shirt. I don't go shopping. You know what I mean? And it wasn't planned that way. Like, oh, I got it so they'll recognize me.
No. You spend most of your money on weed and hair product. I know that.
Actually, I haven't trimmed my hair in a long time. I do that as one of my jokes, and then I do, hair product, I do buy good shit, you got to treat yourself sometime. But I don't drink. So the weed I spend would be a drinker's night.
Oh, okay.
So for a week, I spend $40. And then you go to the bar, you're like, fuck, $40, and I got a tip, and blah, blah, da, da, da. And then, hey, you want to drink? That comes out to way more. So at the end of the week, you've spent $300-$400 on drinking. And I'm at $40.
Shit, I wish I knew that back then, man.
Yeah,
I don't smoke.
Still out there. I know.
I don't smoke,
should.
and I don't drink that much. I don't know if you notice about me.
No, I know. I noticed that.
I hardly drink anymore, because fatherhood changes.
That's
I know
what
you
it
got
is.
2 kids, so
I got 2 and an adopted little girl.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah. Well, we're working
lady.
on that right now because she's from Mexico, so it's kind of hard to.
Oh, you're trying to adopt a girl?
Yeah, we have her with us, but it's we're gonna get the guardianship or whatever, but it's hard because it's with Mexico. So you can do Canada. I can get on a catalog and get one from Africa right now, but Mexico's more of a hassle.
But how'd that happen that you're adopting from Mexico?
Oh, that's a long story, bro. But it happened to where a young girl had too many kids at one time, and then their family.
They know your lady?
To my girl, yeah.
Okay.
So they brought a couple this way, to give them the opportunity to live here and everything like that and go to school. And she's awesome, dude. Oh, man. She's at Disneyland today.
How old is she?
She's 11 now.
Oh,
so she's been in my life since I was 5.
Since she was 5.
Since she was 5.
Since you were 5.
Yeah. No, and then she's man, my kids are great, dude. I'm telling you, comedy comes from pain. That's why I don't write that much, because I don't have pain in my life. But my struggle is traffic, LA traffic on the way here. Then I take a couple of hits and I'm good. You know what I mean? It's just my little girl's perfect. My boys, I never had to bail them out. You know what I mean?
See, that's a good
my
thing.
older boy smokes weed, but he waited till he was 18, so it works out for me. You know what I mean?
How old is your youngest boy?
My youngest is 22. He
Oh,
just turned
okay,
22.
So all your kids
26 and 22.
So your 2 boys are growing up.
Yeah. So they're growing up. They do their own thing. They work. They go to school.
Do they come to your shows?
No, they've been a couple of times, but no, I don't do bringers, so I don't invite them. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, but you can still get them on the guest list to one of the shows.
Well, they're busy doing their own thing. They're good kids, so they have good friends, so they're always busy doing something. You know what I mean? They came to one in Orange County one time. I was doing I don't remember exactly where, but it was like a Maggie's Pub or some shit like that. Right. And my son came down.
All right.
And then my mom's been to a couple of. She used to be my bringer. We used to go to the Comedy Store, her and my ex, right? And then they would go to the Comedy Store and they would bring like an extra sweater, an extra set of glasses or something. And then they would come up to the belly room.
So they can look different?
And then, then they would go downstairs through the bar and then come up to the belly room again.
Your mom and your girl.
I had like 6 people there and there were 12 people. You know what I mean? And it was like, wait a minute. He brought 7. He brought it, who the fuck are the other people at? And we used to do or if it was at a restaurant, my mom would bring my kids. So one was like 5 and the other one was like 9, and then they would sit there because it's a Thai restaurant, so they would eat Chinese food or whatever. And I'd do my bringer. Man. It was at Gower and fucking Sunset.
So speaking of shows, you have a show that you do on a regular basis, the Pizza Spot?
I do, but I want to pass it on to someone else because you know how hard it is to run a room. You've got that business mind. I don't, dude. I stress. Are the comics good? Because comics are divas now, dude. I want you to open. I'm paying you, but I want you to open. Show starts at 8, but we start around 8:30 to give them. They show up at 9:30, thinking, "Fuck that! I'm doing a feature spot. I'm not opening." You know what I mean? I can't stand that. I'll be headlining and I have to open because I'm there on time.
I have some comics that they ask me who the lineup is, and so they obviously with the lineup they can tell who's going to be the headliner. Because somebody who's really funny, been around, has a bigger name, and they still show up late. Like, oh, I thought I was headlining. Why would you think you're headlining when such and such is on the lineup?
Yeah.
So it's man. Believe me.
No. So that's why
comics are more divas than women, man. I'm telling you that right now.
The unfunnier, the diva or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck.
Man.
I know some guys that I'm like, really, dude, really? One time, I had Margarita Jones. All right. Back in the day. And then, so I had...
I did it. I remember.
Yeah, Edwin was going to come by, and I wanted him to close. And then Fly had asked me for a spot. So I was like, all right, well, my opener's not coming, but I'm going to pay you. I was paying everybody out of my pocket anyway, just trying to build the room.
I remember that, yeah.
So I paid. I told him, I'm going to pay you. I wasn't going to pay the openers, but I'm going to pay you. So come down, because he wants money. So cool. That's what he does. I have the day job. He doesn't. So I'm going to pay you out of my pocket. And then he shows up with Edwin, like right before the show's over. And I'm like, dude, I asked you to open. Yeah, but I was with Edwin. But that's not part of the deal. Somebody already else opened. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do here? Well, am I going to get paid?
No.
There's that mentality is like, dude, get there on time. I close, and I get there sometimes before the bar opens and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just because you have to be professional.
Dude, remember when I had Mariposas?
Yeah.
I had a comic that had booked, and I told him, listen, man, well, because we were doing like 8 to 10, I think, sometimes 10:30. We would be over. So I told him, you got to be there by 9:30 because we're over around 10 o'clock, whatever. He showed up at 10-something, the last comic, and then Jeff happened to pop in. So I gave him a spot.
He's closing
and that was it. That was it. Jeff, after Jeff, I'm going to go up there and he closed it because even the owners were like, hey, yeah,
stronger
remember.
Than Jeff
yeah,
sometimes.
no, not only that, but remember, that after the comedy, that's it. So they want to leave. So this particular comic showed up late, and he's all like, yo, man, I'm here. I'm like, well, that's it, man. Show's over, dude. I go, dude, it's almost 10:30. I told you to be here at 9:30. Show's over by 10. You didn't say that. I go, dude, check your message. Well, I didn't read my text. Yeah. Well, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. And he still wanted to get paid. I go, hell no, I'm not going to pay you, man.
And then they use the excuse, it was traffic. This is L.A., bro. No matter what time you go out, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to find traffic.
Yep.
So that's never an excuse in L.A. There's no such thing as traffic.
Especially if you're a comic, you should know better. Because we drive everywhere. We
got to go to San Diego. Anything can happen with
Well, look, I was late to come here.
He knew that.
Yeah.
I was worried. I'm always stressing on the 57 and saying, wait.
I would have been here like right around the time we were supposed to start at 1:30.
But you weren't.
I was going to be here like around 1:37, almost 1:40.
Yeah, you told me.
But the bridge, there was a bridge transferring from the 110 to the 5, and there were some cops. I don't know what happened because they finally cleared everything out. But and it's not like when you pull somebody over to the side and it's on the bridge. No, they blocked off the whole bridge. I sent George a picture, and they had the doors open on the car, like they were searching it or whatever. A couple of cars, but it was like weird because it was like right in the middle of traffic. But the good thing is I was only there for about 10-15 minutes, and then
still it seems like a half hour.
Yeah,
like
especially when nothing's moving, it feels like longer, man.
Yeah, no, this traffic just sucks. So I leave like 20 minutes, 30. I used to DJ. And I would show up, and they wouldn't even be ready there at the house or whatever. They'd be like, it doesn't start for like 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, what do you want me to do? Show up right on time when everybody's blocking my fucking path? What if I get a flat on the way here? I need to correct that so I'm not late to your party. It's all a matter of making your day the best. If I get a flat, I got AAA. They're going to give me a ride to your house. My car breaks down. I'm going to make it there. I'm going to do your party, and you're going to be happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think the same thing with comedy.
I only had to cancel twice. Because one was a flat tire. Actually, I was doing a show for Sebastian. I got there late. I called him like, dude, I'm right here. I got to change my tire. So he's like, no, you're good. You're going to go up later. I'm like, cool. And then one time I had to cancel. When I had before the car got out, the other car broke down on me. And I was like, that's it. I'm not going to make it, man. So, but I'm pretty much reliable. I don't know if you know this, but, I'm always been reliable and stuff like that. So let me ask you this. In comedy, there's a lot of cliques. Certain groups of comics, I don't ever remember you being part of a clique or...
The taco circuit is pretty much a clique. You know what I mean?
Taco circuit?
Yeah, that's what I heard Joey Diaz call it one time. The Latino comedy. The only place you get paid in comedy in L.A. You know what I mean? Latino comedy is the only place to get paid. A couple of white boys have gotten the idea and start paying and stuff like that. A couple of black rooms, but mostly it's... But cliquing, I have friends. Mm-hmm. I like Felipe and I like Jeff at the time. So I would say hi to Jeff, but I like Felipe because he's from the neighborhood. We hang out more. We smoke out. We joke around. I feel comfortable with him. I would see Jeff. I would shake his hand. I would go up to him, and the more I saw it bothered him, the more I wanted to shake his hand. Because I don't have anything against anybody. Yeah, I don't. I have friends that I like.
Yeah, I've never.
Nah, I don't
remember you ever having beef.
I have
with
people
anybody.
that I don't like, but it's just.
Well, we all do, yeah.
You get that face, and you're like, So it's or people that hack. They're your friend in your face, and then they just. So I don't like thieves. So those are the people I don't like. And then other than that, I'm cool with there's a few. I do have a few names that pop up that I'm like, but I mean, I don't clicking. It does happen.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and so
But you find people that you're comfortable with. It's just
Right,
like
right.
school. You're hanging out the rocker table. You're hanging out the disco table.
Well, I've always gone by myself. You know, I'm really good friends with Jeff. You know, and I'm
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I'm really cool with Felipe. Like I know, alienated myself from a certain comic because I was such a good friend with Jeff. You know, but you know, I mean, I'll still say what's up. You know, with Fluffy, they had that beef, whatever. But
yeah. So then all of a sudden, well, if you're his friend, is that?
Well, I know
The only time I feel that way is like if you know, it's like political things. If you like that person,
right,
and I think that person's stupid, then I don't like you because you're looking at him as your leader. So you're never going to be able to help me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but as far as comics, beefs. I don't.
There's a lot of stupid beefs, man.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't really have beefs with anybody, but there's a couple of comics that did me really dirty. Like, you know,
okay.
That's why I lost one of my nights at the Laugh Factory. So, you know, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mess with them anymore. You know, I told one of them, you know, because we were such good friends. I'm like, listen, man, I think it's best that we just don't work together anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
if we end up on the
yeah.
same flyer, we end
Yeah.
up on the same flyer.
Yeah, exactly. But you know,
I got
I'm
kicked
professional.
off a show because I was on a flyer with somebody, and
Wow.
that guy didn't want me on the show.
See, I'm like that. If somebody books me and somebody I don't work, I'm professional.
Yeah.
But I will never book that person. You know, so see, I'm not like that. You know.
Yeah, if we're
So
there,
it
we don't
happens.
have to talk. We're not gonna hold hands.
Yeah.
You do you, I'll do me.
Yeah, it happens in the business, but you know, it's just part of the struggle. For the most part, we just gotta keep on grinding, keep on doing
That's
us,
it. That's
and trying to make people laugh. You know, and try to make it to not famous, but enough where we can
Famous,
pay the bills.
almost famous.
Yeah, you know, because you don't want to be super. I thought about. I mean, you know, who doesn't want?
I like getting recognized.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I like getting recognized. I wouldn't mind being famous, but I don't want to be famous where I can't have a private life. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You
Just
wanna-
the occasional
yeah.
kneeling ovation.
Yeah, that's funny.
You were so funny. Don't talk with your mouth full.
Yeah. But anyways, man. So listen, man, it was a pleasure having you here. Hope you had a good time driving way the hell out here. For
dude,
this. All right, and you
I
know,
got my phone.
I hope your self-esteem gets better.
And you know what? Having low self-esteem, you find a lot of shit just looking on the ground. You'd be surprised.
There's your motivation for riding, brother. So, anyways, this is our third episode of Offstage. Offstage, I know, with my boy Zhivago Blea. See you next time. In the meantime, support live comedy wherever you go. It doesn't have to be us.
There's little bars everywhere.
There's bars,
Orange
there's
County,
cafes,
Inland Empire,
there's clubs.
Vegas.
Just Google in your area.
You don't even have to buy shit. You just show up and
Exactly.
laugh.
Just
Don't heckle.
support live comedy, people. All right, you know what we do. It's really hard in the entertainment business. It's the hardest thing to do. So we just ask for a little support. You know, come and laugh. You know, and hopefully we make you feel better, make you laugh. Right. See you guys next time. Have a good one.